It was supposed to be a calm, winding down moment. The concert lights had already faded, the roaring chants of thousands slowly dissolving into the night air of Goyang, and fans around the world were settling into that familiar post-show feeling, half exhaustion, half emotional overload. Jimin went live, as he often does, offering that soft landing space for fans who weren't quite ready to let the night end. His voice carried that gentle warmth, slightly tired, slightly playful, like someone still floating between adrenaline and peace. Everything felt normal, until it didn't. Because out of nowhere, without warning, without build-up, Jungkook appeared. And just like that, the entire mood shifted. Fans didn't process it immediately. At first, it was confusion. Was that really him? Did someone else just walk in? Was it a reflection, a shadow, a trick of lighting? But then the realization hit all at once, flooding comment sections at lightning speed. Jungkook wasn't just nearby, he had actually joined Jimin's live. No announcement, no teasing, no hint beforehand, just presence. And that's what made it powerful. There's something uniquely captivating about unscripted moments. In a world where so much content feels planned, edited, and polished to perfection, a spontaneous interaction hits differently. It feels real. It feels raw. It feels like you're witnessing something you weren't supposed to see, but are grateful you did. So what exactly made this moment explode the way it did? Let's slow it down for a second. Picture this. Jimin is sitting comfortably, probably still in that post-performance glow, casually talking, maybe smiling at comments, maybe reflecting on the concert. His tone is soft, his energy relaxed. It's the kind of live where nothing dramatic is expected, just connection. Then suddenly, Jungkook enters the frame. No dramatic music, no introduction, just him being there. And that's the magic. Fans instantly reacted, flooding the chat with disbelief and excitement. Some couldn't believe their eyes. Others were screaming, virtually, of course. But beyond the immediate chaos, there was something deeper happening, something that keeps fans emotionally invested beyond just music or performance. It was the chemistry, because the moment Jungkook appeared, the dynamic changed. Jimin's reaction, whether subtle or expressive, became the center of attention. Did he expect it? Was he surprised? Was there a smile that said, "Here we go again"? Those tiny micro-expressions became the subject of endless discussion. And honestly, that's what makes these moments live on far beyond their original broadcast. People don't just watch, they analyze. They rewind, they zoom in, they replay a single second multiple times, searching for meaning in every glance, every laugh, every pause. Why? Because fans aren't just consuming content, they're building emotional narratives. And this moment, this sudden appearance, felt like a piece of a larger story. Think about it. Why does it feel so impactful when Jungkook joins Jimin unexpectedly? Why does it resonate more than a scheduled collaboration or an announced appearance? Maybe it's because spontaneity reveals something authenticity can't hide. There's no time to prepare a reaction, no time to filter expressions. What you see is immediate, unguarded, real, and fans notice that. Some might say it's just a simple interaction, two people in the same group, in the same space, casually sharing a moment. Nothing extraordinary on the surface. But is it really that simple? Because if it were, would it create this level of reaction? Would it dominate discussions, spark edits, inspire long threads of analysis, and leave fans replaying it hours later? Probably not. So what's really happening here? Part of it is timing. Right after a concert, emotions are already heightened. Fans are vulnerable in a way. They've just experienced something intense, something meaningful. They're more receptive, more sensitive, more connected. So when something unexpected happens in that emotional window, it hits harder. It's like catching lightning in a bottle. Another part of it is familiarity. Fans already know their dynamics, their history, their interactions over the years. So when something new happens, it's not just a standalone moment, it's layered on top of everything that came before. Every past interaction becomes context, every shared memory becomes a lens. So when Jungkook casually appears, fans aren't just seeing that moment, they're connecting it to years of moments. And that's powerful. But here's an interesting question. Are moments like this more impactful because they're rare? If Jungkook joined every live, would it still feel special? Or is it the unpredictability that makes it unforgettable? There's something about not knowing that keeps people hooked. You don't expect it, so when it happens, it feels like a reward, like you were there at the right time, witnessing something others might miss. And in the age of constant content, that feeling is incredibly valuable, because attention is currency, and moments like this command it effortlessly. No promotion needed, no teaser required, just authenticity. But let's go deeper. What does this say about the relationship between artists and their audience? Because clearly, it's not just about music anymore. It's about presence, it's about moments, it's about feeling like you're part of something real. When fans watch a live, they're not just watching, they're participating, commenting, reacting, feeling seen, even if indirectly. And when something unexpected happens, that shared experience becomes even stronger. It's no longer just, I watched this, it becomes, we experienced this together. And that sense of community, that's what keeps people coming back, over and over again. Now think about the ripple effect. Clips start circulating, edits begin appearing, titles get more dramatic, reactions get amplified, discussions branch out into theories, interpretations, and emotional responses, and suddenly a simple, spontaneous moment turns into a global conversation. Isn't that fascinating? How something so small can become so big. But maybe that's the point. Maybe it's not about the scale of the moment, but the meaning people attach to it. Because meaning is subjective. What feels small to one person can feel monumental to another. And in fandom culture, meaning is constantly being created, shared, and reshaped. So when Jungkook joins Jimin unexpectedly, it's not just an appearance, it's an event, a moment that invites interpretation, a spark that ignites conversation, and perhaps most importantly, a reminder of why people care in the first place. Because at the core of it all, it's about connection, not just between the artists themselves, but between the artists and the fans. And moments like this blur that line even further. They make everything feel closer, more human, more real. But let's be honest for a second. There's also an element of curiosity that keeps this alive. People want to understand the dynamic. They want to know what's behind the smiles, the laughter, the casual interactions. Is it just friendship? Is it deeper? Is it something we can even define? And maybe that's why these moments are so compelling, because they don't give clear answers. They leave room for interpretation. And that ambiguity, it keeps people engaged. Because when something isn't fully explained, it invites exploration. And exploration leads to discussion. And discussion leads to engagement. It's a cycle, a very powerful one. So where does that leave us? With a moment that, on the surface, might seem simple, but underneath carries layers of meaning, emotion, and connection. A moment that reminds us that sometimes the most impactful experiences aren't planned, they just happen, unexpectedly, effortlessly. And maybe that's why fans can't stop talking about it, because in a world full of noise, something real stands out, something unscripted feels rare, something genuine feels valuable. And when you find that, even for a few seconds, it stays with you. So now the question is, what did you feel when you saw it? Was it surprise, excitement, confusion, or something deeper that you can't quite put into words? Because whatever it was, that feeling is what matters. That feeling is what makes moments like this unforgettable. And if you've made it this far, still thinking about it, still replaying it in your mind, still wondering what it meant, then maybe it wasn't just a random appearance after all. Maybe it was something more. And now I want to hear from you. Did that moment catch you off guard, or did you somehow feel like something like this could happen? What was your first reaction when Jungkook suddenly appeared? And do you think moments like this are what make lives more special than any polished content?
Drop your thoughts in the comments because honestly, the conversation doesn't end here. It starts with you. And if you enjoy breaking down moments like this, finding meaning in the smallest details, and being part of a community that sees more than just what's on the surface, don't forget to stick around because you never know when the next unexpected moment will happen. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.